Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Jen, and if this is your first time, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. So guys, today I'm gonna be talking about something that Jeanette, who is Jazz's mom, always talks about whenever she describes her and Greg basically letting Jazz transition from being a boy to being a girl. She always states that Jazz would have probably committed suicide or have been DEAD if her and Greg had not allowed her to transition at such a young age. And I started to wonder, like, was Jazz insinuating that she would commit suicide if she didn't get the transition, basically using a guilt trip on her parents as well as the therapist for them to comply with what she wanted to be, which is a girl? You guys let me know what you guys think. Also, in the interview that she did with T.S. Madison, it was on the show, and if you guys want to see that, you probably have to pay for like the TLC app or something. I can't find a clip of it on YouTube. But Jeanette basically said that she knows that Jazz is not screwed up because Jazz is alive. And my thing is Jazz really alive? I know you can see somebody walking and breathing and eating and doing all of these things, but at the end of the day, what sort of life is Jazz truly living? With no happiness or fulfillment. She's constantly binge eating. She gained almost 100 pounds this last season. She's always crying and she's always stressed out by her own family. I basically blame Jeanette for Jazz turning this way. I know people are going to be like, don't blame Jeanette for the decision that Jazz knew as soon as she was, 2 years old? But I blame Jeanette because she is like the prime person to like really push this whole agenda to Jazz. And in my heart of hearts, I don't believe for 1 minute that Jazz would have ended up being botched had it not been for Jeanette's constant persistence, if that makes sense. And I feel like right after Jazz started those hormone treatments and all of those pills that she was taking, which was right around the age of 11 or 12, she then became clinically depressed, diagnosed by a doctor, of course. And to me, I believe the medicines that she was taking triggered that depression, and it also made the depression even worse after the multiple surgeries that she had to undergo. To me, I believe that parents should lead by example. I always say it on this channel. Now, since childhood, Jazz has been leading the Jennings household. She has basically been calling the shots. And at the end of the day, because Jeanette and Greg gave her the full support to go ahead with this experiment, aka the bottom surgery, she was able to lead them straight to a path of destruction, if you ask me. And I just don't like it when Jeanette always cries and plays victim. You're not the one that had the transition, Jeanette. You're not the one who had to go through the botched bottom surgery. And it's almost like she's looking for allies and a way to make her and her husband seem like they're good people for letting Jazz go through this surgery and for letting Jazz lead their family for years. Like, why do parents do this? Why are you letting little children lead your whole grown adult self down a path of destruction? Like, make it make sense. You can't tell me that as a parent, Jeanette and Greg couldn't tell Jazz no to the hormones and to the surgery until Jazz became 18, old enough to make her own decisions and be able to transition the way I believe a lot of other people would do. To me, I feel like Jazz started the transition way too early. Like, an 11-year-old's body and mind hasn't even fully developed, and now that you're using blockers on this child, like, what did you expect, Jeanette and Greg? What did you expect the outcome was gonna be? Did you expect that, hey, she's gonna end up being so like happy after this, or what exactly? To me, Jazz looked like a normal kid prior to actually starting the medication. She looked like a kid that was playing dress up, if you want to ask me. And after the whole hormones and blockers and all of that jazz, it just looks like it went downhill completely. And the cameras aren't really helping the situation. If Jazz was in such a depressive state, they should have admitted her into a mental home or maybe see another therapist, because as a small kid or a small child or a minor, if that's the way I should put it, you shouldn't be threatening suicide to anybody basically because you're not allowed to transition. That is a mental issue that needs to be addressed before you can actually fix the physical issue. And that is where Jeanette and Greg went wrong. And they always get mad whenever people come at them, because it's like, I feel like deep down they know they effed up, simply because you should have addressed the mental aspect of it. Address what is going on up here before you start messing with whatever's going on in Jazz's physical being. Because at the end of the day, why is this little kid at such a tender age trying to commit suicide? And I know that the suicide rates among transgenders are higher because they do want to get accepted into society, but I just feel like you need to fix the mental before you can fix the physical, because obviously you fixing the physical is not helping this kid, and this kid just went downhill, if you ask me. And I feel like in order for Jazz to truly be happy, she needs intense therapy. She needs to get away from Jeanette and Greg, especially Jeanette, if you ask me, and she actually needs to find what makes her happy. And I would also suggest getting off this show iamjazz, because it's not looking too great out here. I just wish Jazz the best of luck, because obviously you can tell this kid has gone through a lot at such a young age. So you guys, we've come to the end of this video. So you guys let me know if Greg and Jeanette did the right thing by letting Jazz go on hormone medication as well as get the sex reassignment. Also, let me know if you think that Jeanette is always the victim and always the one that people are picking on for letting their child do what they wanted to do and for letting this kid pretty much lead the family. But I just feel like parents should do better, lead their kids in the right direction, and I don't think Greg and Jeanette have done a good enough job of that when it comes to Jazz. Jazz is being exploited. The cameras need to turn off. They need to go back to reality, and they just pretty much need to do what's best for their family. And right now, I don't think iamjazz is what's best for them. So you guys let me know, and until next time, guys, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. And it's been fun. Until then, peace.